So they've got.
Focus on staying.
That was
And
oh, plus the inertia of the stone. Yeah,
That's what.
okay.
So it's, otherwise, they're really.
it's a beautiful.
Well, I know.
Next Tuesday, yes.
No, I.
So next Monday, are we gonna? We're gonna do back and forth. Next Monday, everything.
Yeah, I'll probably give you back at 4, and then,
That won't be on the.
right. And then I'll just let students either work on back at 4 or finish back at 3 or ask questions.
Okay.
I'll probably spend some time going over the AP exams. Okay, we got to page 25 yesterday. At least you guys did for homework. Are there any questions that you want me to go over?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for page 23, part B, I don't really understand, like. I just don't understand it.
Okay, so let's look on page 23. This is which part?
Part D.
Part D. Okay. Okay, so up to this point, we're able to figure out how much water is in the tank at 18 hours. So there's 1310 gallons because we've gathered from part D. With rate in, rate out, there's 3 components, right? The idea that if we want to find out how much water there is in the tank at any given time, we got to consider how much there is to begin with, how much is added in that time interval, and then how much has been removed in that time interval. So, hey guys, give me 1 minute. Let me go to this, and then you guys can I'll get you guys to work here together. So 1310 gallons. This is at 18 hours. Okay. Now for part D, it says that there's no more water being drained from, no more water being added to the tank. So part D is saying, write but do not evaluate an equation that will allow for us to figure out how long it's going to take for the tank to become empty. So RFT is still going on. Rate is still, we're still draining water from the tank. We're just no longer adding water to the tank. So we know that we have 1310 gallons to account for. So starting at 18 hours, that's how much water is in the tank. So from 18 until however long it's going to take, K hours, could be 25, could be 26, could be 30. We should set up an integral where we want to solve from 18 to K of RFT dt. However long it takes for this to complete 1310, that's the equation that's going to allow us to solve for K.
Why do you set it equal to 1310?
Because we want this, we want to figure out how long it's going to take for 1310 gallons to drain. Right, because we want this number to match however much water is in the tank at 18 hours. It makes sense. Yeah, how would you solve it? How would you solve it? Yeah, this one, so they're not asking for you to solve, but let's say it was something that we could do by hand. Let's say if it was like, you know, easy, something like that, like t squared dt is 1310. Then you would just go through power rule and then make it k cubed over 3 minus 3 times 18 is equal to 1310. And if this is hard to solve, then what you would do is you would do k cubed over 3 minus 3 times 18 minus 1310. And then you would set equal to 0. You would graph this and then look for the x-intercept. That's usually how some problems can be designed, where they would ask you to solve for k, but easy enough for you to expand out, but then difficult enough where you can't solve by hand. Then you would go through this process of graphing it and look at the x-intercept. Yeah. But if the RFT is too difficult to handle, then College Board will just say, hey, just set it up. They're not going to expect you to do something that is, you know, ridiculously difficult. That's not what they care about. So they won't never do that. Okay, yeah,
I'm gonna ask a question on page 25.
yeah.
Part B and C.
So page 25. So part B says, a recovery device arrives on scene and begins removing oil. So there's oil already been building up, because of the leak, in the lake. The rate at which the oil is being removed is RFT. Now, which is 400 root T. But while they are bringing this recovery device to suck up the oil leak is still going on, right? That hasn't been stopped yet. So we know that the rate of change of the volume of the oil is going to be dependent on this formula here, right? That the rate of oil being added to the lake minus the rate of oil being removed from the lake. So if we get a positive number out of it, then at a certain time, that means there's that oil leak is still growing. But if that eventually, hopefully, if that 400 root T as it gets up to speed, that it'll overtake that 2,000 cubic centimeters per minute, and then it'll hopefully eventually start decreasing. Oh, right. So this is the formula that will give us the rate of change of the volume of the oil in the lake. So we know that if we're trying to find the maximum amount, it's always going to be wherever your rate is equal to 0, or your dVt is equal to 0. So if I set dVt equal to 0, I solve for t, and I figure out that 25 minutes is how long this is going to take before this reaches that 2,000. Because after 25 minutes, this 400 root t is going to start doing its job and start decreasing the amount of oil in the lake.
Okay.
So then once you have that 25 minutes, then you can shift that over to part C. And if I want to find out how much oil there is at 25 minutes, 60,000 has already spilled. And then from 0 to 25, oil leak is still going on, but then the removal rate is also trying to catch up.
I don't know. I don't understand that bottom equation though. Like,
Right. So do you remember when we did rate in, rate out problems?
Yeah.
The idea is that if we do rate in, rate out, that means there's 3 components. How much is there to begin with? How much has been added? And how much has been removed? So we got to take all 3 things into account because, all these moving parts. So at the beginning of the problem, they say that there's 60,000 gallons to begin with. And then from 0 to 25, the oil leak is still going on at 2,000 cubic centimeters per minute. So if we accumulate that rate, we can figure out exactly how much the oil spill is continuing to add to that 60,000.
Okay.
And then the interval from 0 to 25 RT, this is the rate that the device is removing oil. And if I accumulate that rate over a 25-minute period, then I can figure out how much has been removed to subtract from these numbers.
60,000. When you're starting at 0 for amount added and removed in the lower bound,
Mm-hmm.
you're using what happened at 25. I don't know how to explain it. Like,
Right. Okay. So it says
60,000 cubic centimeters is not happening at 0. It's happening at
right. Hold on, let me see here. Okay, so are you does it make sense that it's going to take 25 minutes for the rate of oil removed from the lake rate to match the rate at which oil is being added filtered.
Yeah.
We'll take that 25. So we're good with that.
Yeah.
So by the time that this device arrives on scene, let's think of that as t equals 0.
Okay.
By the time the device arrives on scene, 60,000 has already been spilled.
Okay.
And then for the next 25 minutes, this oil is still being added, but then the amount removed is also doing its job. So 6,000 has already spilled. We don't know how much time has already passed, but we'll just say that's before t equals 0.
Okay.
And then starting at t equals 0, oil is still being added to that 6,000 amount, and then oil is being removed by that device.
Oh.
Any other questions between 20 and 25? Okay, so today, I'd like for us to see if we can make progress on finishing off the rest of the packet. So this is again more AB topics. So go ahead and start on page 26. But if you're catching up, then finish, see if you can catch up to this point. And then hopefully we can have everyone caught up by Monday. And then Monday we can use it as a day where we can get ahead into multiple choice. I can talk about AP exam for a little bit. And then I can also give you guys time to continue reviewing for your quiz, which will be on Tuesday. Your quiz will just be a miscellaneous FRQ, polar area FRQ, and that's it, just be 2 FRQs. So it'll be a quiz break. Okay, all right, so go ahead and get started and let me know if you have any questions.
So what did you say that the quiz questions were going to?
Oh yeah, quiz questions will be. There'll be one polar area FRQ, and it'll be one miscellaneous BC topic FRQ, and it could be just a variety of different things that show up like these. Yeah.
Thing.
This is the same population. Okay, just to specify exactly where your polar area FRQs are, those will be pages 1 through 8 and page 19. Those are your polar area FRQs. And then your miscellaneous BC topic FRQs are page 9 to 18. And the rest are just AB review.
Oh. Just solved it. Oh, right.
You always have to sell a house. Yes.
But you got, I have 80.
It's just the amount. That's how good.
It was do that.
But the security is.
I don't know.
So the final thing that we.
Okay, why was that?
You both want for years. You know, I'm sure.
No, okay, some was stupid. And some people was.
Money.
No, I think I also put the fun. What do you guys look like?
Well, I thought you guys said that last time. Exactly like that. And the money will.
Okay, at least I got B's.
I remember if you just walked upstairs. Yeah.
I got A's, right?
What do you think? Yeah, well, so I'm most of the time. So like the. Yeah. But look, honestly, the exact when it comes to checking accounts, it's only. So.
Like, what's going on?
Okay, so, oh, the check.
Pay and money.
Oh,
Yeah.
so like, low-key got. I did something. She was awesome. I was really weird. Why? Wait, what?
I go.
Yeah. I've never seen that. Wait, I don't know what I did. No, like, I actually don't understand.
You're saying it didn't. Any answer for this solution?
That's what I did.
It's.
Did I? Hey, that's a great. Yeah, what is that? You know?
Pieces where she's like.
Like,
He's like, doing.
at least I got this one right. You know, that's the literally just asked exactly.
Using.
Why did I get this? Wait. Oh, I signed the first guards in eight.
And their show, 10 minutes, we go to the theater, watch it.
Go ahead.
No, that's fine. You guys have been. That's okay. That's good. You know, we did like.
Yeah, but it's a small minor mistake. You don't. Okay, you got.
I did not know all this stuff. I'm so. I literally don't think I was asking.
You just replace the F sign with the A. I
Yeah, so you know, like slices there, so just find the derivatives thing. But you were a, yeah, so watch me that you just said you was about is when it's started with no interest.
Cause you know about, yeah, so you know what estimates that.
So.
Not right now.
That's like.
It's that. I probably didn't feel like. This was the money. Literally saved my grade.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
That is. Oh, really? Yeah.
The text.
Yes.
Study does not.
DYTT, that's basically y prime, y double prime of 4, I could just use math 8 and derivative.
This is not for that, right? That for X.
Yeah.
Yeah, plug that in, do like derivative with that, plug 4. You have to build the DYTT.
That's like a chip.
I don't make sense, got it, that's why.
No, you might give the answer. That's what it is.
Yeah. Now.
But then how did I get?
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Oh, never mind, I'll still be in that.
So right. Like, why don't we overlay that house out?
Yeah, you don't know, it doesn't matter if it's far. I can build out.
I don't think all. I guess. It was correct. What do you mean that's not enough?
No, there's like, there's only one.
You know, you doing that, you're not 550, like, oh, I'm gonna accelerate, no, 1 to 11. Then you immediately say, okay, so,
That's why.
So did I do that?
wondering.
So you.
Oh, cause I got the slow software.
They can do it, I still have. I think I take care of it. Two ways to.
No, I'm remember how you got. I don't like, I don't.
You just been talking, all you do is.
No, why?
I don't know. Wait, how the phone's being. I don't know, I mean, I wanna say you can't, no, because you thought.
And you.
I just think.
Yeah, I just.
Oh, that's why I messed up, that's what. So I did, yeah. So I did like take you guys.
When you. After make that. I mean, you should be able to. She gave you the right. You were close, that's why you want to give the. She can give you the answers.
So that's
the wrong form.
I used the right. I literally just plugged in the wrong thing. Because I didn't read the question like an eight.
So this.
Because he did the same thing, just put it 2, because he went from 2 to 4.
I mean, it'll probably.
Oh, wait, no, I
Oh,
didn't.
wait, no.
No, I was.
Wait, well, I'm not certain.
No, rate test here, I just did it, I just was one. So you rate test, I just kind of wrote out that. So like, what is it?
They calculate every.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what you guys, you just took the entire project.
So basically, I just read everything wrong.
30.
Okay. I don't misunderstood the concept.
Bro, why was
Did I put right? What?
Dude, I'm looking at this.
I said.
Bro, that's so.
Was there?
Right?
Oh, right, we go, I don't know, mine's.
What's the fear thing?
I put mine in radio.
No, it feels so. It's probably so good.
I did, if you go get, but it's like,
I'm like someone.
Dude, I'm pulling up the juice.
Wait, so how do they do it? Yeah, you get the.
Yeah, so you take the total inertia of the system times the
Final angular velocity. How do you get the total inertia?
the total inertia of the system is.
You just use your place to.
Yeah.
So,
You didn't use that in the question before. Well, you're just supposed to use it.
hey, how was that, was it like?
Clearly the stakes are-
We did already?
Oh, dude, that.
Like exactly?
It's a question.
I'm actually so
Wait,
that's
what's
like
the-
so he literally gave us the final inertia of the problem before and then just just didn't use it at all.
Wait, Robert, was it easy
Oh, I
for
used
you?
to hold me.
Was it easy for him? Was it easy for you?
I think I did everything except for the last one.
Have you guys not done gravitation and harmonic motion?
They did that last time.
Like, yeah.
I'm literally pulling up the question. It's asking probably. Yeah,
You know
what?
about it. I just didn't. I watched it. You're adding a nerd at night. I'm just adding random.
You actually did that.
No, it's not random.
Oh, yeah.
But if I supposed to get my nap and I actually.
No, I know what you're talking about. There is. I swear, I could swear that's on your eyes.
Sleep yourself, that I can't go to bed and like.
Like, it is kind of stupid. They just use that inertia.
Yeah, I'm so programmed to do it.
After short time, then they rotate.
Wasn't it 48?
They run through it.
Is that like a, that's, that function right there?
And the environment.
So what if, like, I want inertia to.
My relational network or just this.
Oh,
I think just so the initial momentum of the object is equal to.
You already finished this.
I'm right now. I think what I'm arguing. Question of
How would you justify this? How would I justify? Oh, you have to, state the endpoints, and critical.
I mean, you got it.
That's all you do. Yeah, no words.
Sometimes it says show your work, sometimes it says.
Yeah, I would say, as far as MBT goes, if you just show your work is good, but any other time, like involving IVT, mean value theorem rules, then you want to use words justified, yeah.
For this one on the key, it subtracted them and it had like a negative number. Is it okay to just like calculate them like this and just say like?
Sure.
That works.
Oh, like, for me, no, like,
Right.
What's her name?
Ollie
it's like, not, it's my.
Oh, I voted for her.
Yeah.
Scarlett, we all voted for. All over Jordan.
What?
I What would you do, Fishy?
No, I leave on track.
Oh, Jay did. I wish I could get the.
We just have problems.
I know, you're not running.
Your essential momentum is equal to 40 arguments times m squared. That's what it's saying, you can keep it m squared. The inertial, the final inertial is gonna be equal to 2 m squared, technically, right?
Oh, it's fast.
Because when I did it,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, it's that top tier show, bro.
So if the final inertia is 2.08, but hear me out, 'cause I think it's wrong. So the final inertia is 2 m squared, so the final momentum
That episode is so fun.
is 2
Like, that
m
episode's
squared.
You
Then
could one.
final, right? 40 m squared.
I need to make another South Park
Okay,
scene, so I can like.
Mr. Yang. So if the aspirant finds you like a second derivative of something and say interpret your answer to the problem.
So this
This
Yeah, something about how velocity is increasing. with increase.
So are they going in different? And then what are you talking?
Wait, can I try to forward that?
Yeah. The. On my. No, I'm using.
Oh, I, yeah.
Use that one like is my life. Like even my favorite check on this place, but it's like that. Yeah, yeah, it's.
Lord of
Did you get that?
Lord of Brown.
Wait.
I didn't know.
And fudge.
Well, I don't know. Proper answer, but I know it's radians, so. Yeah, it was radians per second, which is 8 over but like, he said she did an RPM. I didn't see he said anything on RPM. I didn't know that converted it to radians per second.
Oh, because usually the 40 is like the. Wait, is it this one? No, it's not.
If you imagine it just said radians per second, I just figured it out.
I love can use them. Oh, what is up with this one? It's just they put ice cream in it.
Dude, there's no way I'll find
Mix it up.
It's
It's like a
They don't use it for the next.
basically a McFlurry, but they have like 50.
But it should be around the same time.
If the Dairy Queen on Main Street closes ever.
Oh, yeah, actually. Are you being serious? They're trying to gaslight you to think you're wrong. Wait, what?
I think they removed the question on pizza.
I only eat their vegetable because I don't.
Oh, wait, it's the.
Oh, wait,
for this.
What's the difference between? Yeah,
Yes, bro, it's not worth it.
the federal funds rate.
The only time I got it was when I was Uber eating, because I was studying for such a long period of time that I didn't even have the energy to get up and run. And I was like, you know what, I might as well buy something expensive because I'm like,
Wait, so is this gonna? I can't slide, but it's kind of is.
Yeah, I know. Anyways, continue.
What's the years over?
I feel like it's overrated.
I mean, the federal funds rate down. No, it's basically, it's just.
No,
You're right.
that's-
Damn, there was another rate.
I really like, it's just like, I don't know, it just changed the thing, so I just like actually go out there. Put Jack in the box.
Basically, that's him. One day.
Go to the racing.
Basically, it's like bank. There's not the business.
I know, I know, I mean, I had Kings when I was over in Seattle.
Very low.
But like,
In the Fed. So
I
basically,
always seen it like,
and then the federal funds rate is gonna fall somewhere up to about. It's not like a fixed thing. It's like we're getting more. You heard about it. It's not explained fully. It's like you guys are a little behind us, so. But yeah. So. It's good.
I will go around.
The federal funds rate, it's now. It's usually lower than the. I just want to make kind of.
No, it's supposed to be lower.
And then.
My friend already like is a luxury, like.
And then the federal
We're
funds rate
first,
is
always
going
like.
to fall. The federal funds rate should always be.
I got Kings, I literally said I had Kings.
You. Yeah.
That's my first museum.
Probably got me too high.
We didn't have it. Bro, what is my passcode for Pearson? How do I put it in users account?
Industry rate.
No, like, I actually do not know. Try.
Yeah, I'll figure that out. So you
Well,
need to get like.
Also have to work alone because the first time I worked with this, I do craft development. So now I start alone stuff to get to another. That means I probably even gonna get off at like 11 p.m. and then I'm ready to drive. Because I need to work on my everything.
No. We should.
Yo,
I'll probably get like. That sucks.
hey, that was just something. Personally, I never done the same.
I think if you're not wrong. If you stay on, that's going to lower it. Well. Well, circuitry. That's just the question, but it's not bad.
I always.
Well, I mean, you today, so if you, sell bonds, that is.
I keep reading the money so the market is down.
Decreasing the money so that you say increases the interest rates.
Should see it. It's all.
So.
So, I mean, question. It's in. Oh, my name.
Like, since you become constantly integration. All ranks, and you gotta, so you ask yourself, it's about your, yeah, but I didn't, they figure out something together, if not, like, I said.
Look at the first,
So like in this case, I was missing the high.
like, you can't tell me that's not the money.
Here's the other problem.
You can't tell me it's not five, just keep watching, no, keep watching.
Here's what's going out.
That's wrong.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's done by like
I think it's over.
Definitely not wrong. I don't know if I. There's like X cross.
Okay, let's.
Yeah, we could have.
Zero, that's
I'm sure.
if I'm. gonna
Yeah.
Vishnu, what was the rotational energy problem? As
It's
because
as
here. I don't really just hear. It's good.
Which one?
It's all here in my brain. As a.
It's literally.
The one with like the.
Yeah, so I think about it several times.
Oh,
I would say one. That's me here.
I really want to go 100. I told this.
You're fine.
No, I.
It's even changed it, but did he even change his shade?
Oh,
Isn't
yeah.
it good? Stalking. That's what when I was doing it. No test with your.
Not doing it, but do I? Don't understand. I don't think it's.
Shut up. I'm not photogenic. And like sometimes you gotta. It's not. Understand.
Definitely, here's the.
You're not.
You're trying to figure out.
No.
Like, oh wait, I'm not sure about this part.
Okay.
Clarification. And then you're.
There's probably something different about the problem.
Understand.
There's probably something different about the creation.
Just two categories.
Wait. You know the comedian, all my friends say I look like them.
Yeah.
They also probably mean that.
Yeah, but it's.
I know a lot of things. Where my nickname is.
So this is one for everyone. And this is kind of new. It's fun. It's been very years.
Either squirrels or like.
Though.
And I'm like, what are you saying?